Hello everyone, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Thanks so much for joining me. Now today I'm doing a card kit reveal from Scrapping for Less. This is the Flavor of the Month kit, and this is a download sheet. It's available at Scrapping for Less, and it lists all the ingredients that come in both collections. There is a double dip sundae, and then there's also a banana split level. And it just basically tells you everything that comes in each collection and what will be included in the kit that you decide to purchase or have already purchased. I'll leave links below to where you can download that. And then you can also download a sketch sheet. Now on the very top it says February, but this is actually the March 2018 card kit reveal. And so it was just a misprint up on top, but everybody today for the Scrapping for Less blog hop will be making cards and projects using the sketch sheet. But we need to dig into the kit. Now, if you're new to the Scrapping for Less kits, this is how your kit will arrive. It'll arrive in a priority mail envelope. And then on the inside, there's another envelope. And the cutest thing is it usually coordinates with the theme of the card kit. Now, this month's theme is called All About Ice Cream, of course. And so let's just take a look at everything that comes in the kit. Now, this kit comes with 6 pieces of colored cardstock, and these are from my favorite things. You get Red Hot, you get Pink Lemonade. Sorry about the wobbly camera there, I think I hit it. But then you get Gumdrop Green, you get Lemon Drop, you get an Orange Fizz, and then Black Licorice. And then you also get 2 sheets of Nina Classic Crest Solar White. I believe these are 80 pound because these are on the thinner side, and when it's 80 pound, what I like to do is use it for my stamping. So I'll take the 80 pound and I'll quarter it, and then you do all my stamping on those sheets. So those are your cardstocks. Now you get collections. You get 4 collections, and then we're going to show you what's in collection number 1. You get your pattern paper. Now pattern paper from this collection is from Simple Stories. It's the Let's Party collection, and these are 6x6 sheets, and they're double-sided, so a lot of fun elements in there. Love that. A lot of bright colors. Okay, then you get an envelope. Each of the collections always come with the envelope, and collection number 1 stamp set is from Lawn Fawn, and it's called Treat Yourself. Really cute. You get some coordinating Kennedy Gray sequins, and then you get some glossy dots. These are silver glossy dots from Pink and Maine, real pretty. And then of course you get some stickers. These are from Paper House, and they're just regular stickers, but they have cute little ice creams, and you get a few of those. Now I wanted to let you guys know too that with Scrapping for Less, what they do is they divide a collection. So the papers that I show you may not be in the collection that you receive, but it will be the same collection, just different patterns, if that makes sense. But this is collection number 2. Now this is Pink and Maine's Beach Babe pattern papers. They're double-sided. Your envelope there, and then you get your stamp set. Well, mine didn't come in the package, but this is actually Ice Cream Marcy from La La Land. Yours might come in a package, I'm not quite sure, but I'll be making a card with this, so you'll be able to see it a little bit clearer later on. But it's really cute, and it comes with a sentiment. And then you get 3 tags. These tags are from American Crafts and have real pretty gold foil accents. Your tags will probably vary also, but they're real fun. And then you get some Gina Marie Paradise matte enamel dots. And then, of course, coordinating Kennedy Gray sequins. So that's everything in collection number 2. Now, for collection number 3, the pattern papers for this collection are from my favorite things. And this is the Birthday Blowout. These are single-sided, and you get 6 of them. They're real fun colors. Get your envelope. And in this collection, I'm so excited, you get a clear stamp made exclusively by Scrapping for Less. It's the Year 1 Flavor of the Month stamp. You get your sequins and then some turquoise ribbon. And then you get some buttons. These buttons are real cute. They're ice cream themed, and they'll probably vary also. But they're really cute, and they coordinate with the papers beautifully. So you get 4 of those. And then that's everything in collection number 3. Now we're going to show you collection number 4. Lots and lots in this card kit. Okay, for your pattern papers, these are from Pebbles. It's the Happy Hooray collection. And then these are single-sided. A lot of fun, vibrant colors. And this collection, I'm just going to separate them so you can see them a little bit better. And like I said, your papers will probably vary, but they'll be from the same fun collection. Okay, your envelope. And then your stamp set for this collection is from Stamping Bella. And it's so cute. It's called Ice Cream Chickies, or Ice Cream Chicks. And then you also get some puppy stickers. These have balloons and little balloon doggies on there. And they're from the Pebbles Happy Hooray collection also. And then you get some ephemera pieces. There's a few sentiments. You get little gummy bears, a little vellum zebra, and a little star. And again, your ephemera will probably vary. But it's all from the Pebbles collection. And then, of course, your Kennedy Gray sequins, which are really neat. They have some really fun-looking sequins. So that's everything in collection number 4. Now, that's everything you got if you ordered the double dip. Now, if you ordered the banana split level, this is the extra goodie bag that you'll get. You'll get a die. This month's die is from Lawn Fawn. It's called Your Sweet. Real cute. And then you also get a sentiment stamp, or you get an ink cube here. This is from Darice, and it's a turquoise ink pad. And then you get a sentiment stamp set. This one's also exclusive from Scrapping for Less. It has a lot of ice cream themed sentiments with a few little ice cream images, which are really cute. So you get that in the banana split level. And then you get 4 sheets of glitter cardstock paper. Now, these are 6x6, and your colors will probably vary also. But if you get the banana split level, this is what's included in it. Then I'm just going to grab the paper pad, or the cardstock, and then all the collection. So this is everything that comes in the banana split level. And again, links will be below if you're new and want to check it out. I do suggest a subscription, only because kits usually sell out really fast. Today Scrapping for Less is having a blog hop also. So if you want to check that out, I'll leave links for that as well. Now we're going to make some cards using the sketch sheet. So we're going to start off using sketch collection number 2. I'm just going to trim down this cute little gal here using my scissors. And then we're just going to peel off that backing and place her on an acrylic block. And I'm going to take a piece of white cardstock, and using my Memento ink, I'm going to stamp her. Now I skipped all the coloring. I did color her in with my Copic markers. And then I went ahead and fussy cut her out just to save a little bit of time. I skipped the coloring, guys. But she is adorable. So cute. And she was really fun to color in. Here she is. I'm going to show you close up what she looks like. But she's just so sweet. Okay. Now, we're going to use sketch number 1. So we're going to start off. I'm going to take a square rectangle die. I'm going to show you what the sketch looks like. The sketch sheet shows a vertical card, but I'm going to make actually a portrait style card. I'm going to grab a couple sheets of the pattern paper. And then I'm going to take a stitched rectangle die, and I'm going to cut out a panel with that pink pattern paper. Okay, got those cut out, and now I'm going to trim down this pattern paper. Now, I wanted to create a diagonal pattern, so I'm just going to tilt my pattern paper and then just trim down a diagonal strip. In the sketch sheet, there's a banner, and so a fishtail banner, and I thought the diagonals would look really fun. And then I also am going to cut out 2 more smaller strips. And then I thought it'd be fun to do a little bit different. So I made horizontal stripes, vertical stripes, and the diagonal. I thought that would be fun on the card. I'm just going to take my tape runner and adhere those smaller strips of paper to the very top. And then I'll fishtail the end here, creating my little banner. And then I'll take my white panel there, and I'm just kind of figuring out my placement. Okay, now originally I was just going to use a white panel, but I thought it was too boring. So I decided to grab my Distress Oxide inks. This is Peacock Feathers, and you can see I already grabbed a Post-it note. I just blocked off the bottom half. Now since this wasn't Bristol Smooth cardstock, I wasn't sure on how it would blend, but I'm just blending a little bit to the left of my square panel there, and then I'm going to flip over my Post-it note there and then add some Twisted Citron to the bottom. And then I'm just going to go over the center. And you can see the line there, but that's where my little gal's going to go, so I wasn't worried about that. Now we're going to stamp our sentiment. The sentiment for this card is so cute. It says, "Ice cream is always a good idea." I'm just going to stamp it with some VersaFine ink. And then the ice cream sentiment and then the idea sentiment are hollowed out, so you could color them in. So I decided to grab my pink Copic marker and color it in to give my sentiment a little bit of color. I'm just going to add some foam tape behind my little gal and pop her up right over that Distress Oxide ink. And you can see here too that I already adhered my fishtail banner to that panel. This way when I flip it over and add foam tape, it's all together in one piece. But she is so cute. I love ice cream. Actually, ice cream is banned from my house. It's banned because it's not good for me and I like it too much. So it's best not to have it in the house. So I deprive my children. Okay, now I'm going to remove the backing off of my focal point here, and we're going to place that on the pattern paper. And again, we're just using the sketch sheet as a guide. And then I was going to use the enamel dots and then change my mind and thought I'd add a few of the little sequins. And again, these are really neat. They're like they're on the larger side, but the sequins have texture to them, which are so fun. I'm just going to grab a couple of the pink ones and add that to my panel. And you can see I adhered that to a black card base. This is the black licorice cardstock that came in the kit. I just folded it in half and scored it to create my card base, which is the A2 size card base. But here's the sketch, and then here's card number 1. Okay, we're going to move along to card number 2. Now for card number 2, we're going to use sketch number 2, but we're going to use sketch number 2, collection number 1. So we're going to use the Lawn Fawn Treat Yourself stamp set. Now I'm just going to stamp the little ice cream, and then the ice cream lid, and then the little spoon. And again, for this card, I colored it in with my markers, and then I fussy cut them out. When I fussy cut them out, I did leave a little bit of a white border. And there we go. I'm going to show you close up what they look like. They're so fun. I made the ice cream in here a mint green. Okay. Now I have a piece of white cardstock here, and I wanted to give it a little texture, so I grabbed an embossing folder from my stash that has little circles on it. So I embossed that little white panel, and then I'm going to use the pink cardstock here, the green cardstock, and then I did grab a piece of vellum from my stash. For sketch number 2, there was 4 little tags. I chose to use a smaller tag die that was in my stash. So I'm going to stitching on the edges of my pink cardstock there. So I'm going to run both of those through my die cut machine at one time. That way I have stitching all the way around. And then I'm going to die cut out 3 of the vellum tags here. And then I'm going to grab a scalloped border here. This is a Lawn Fawn die. I'm going to scallop the bottom portion of that green cardstock. I'm just going to run all those through my Big Shot, and here we go. Okay, now I'm going to first adhere my green scallop to the bottom of that pink panel there. I'm going to trim it down just a little bit, and then I think that's going to look great there. I'm just going to use my tape runner and adhere my embossed panel. And then I have, I was going to use just the white vellum tags, but then I thought it just kind of got drowned out with that white panel that was embossed. So I decided to grab my Distress Oxide inks. I grabbed, I thought Antique Linen looked like vanilla, and then I thought Worn Lipstick kind of looked like strawberry, and then I thought the peeled paint kind of looked like my mint ice cream. So I'm just going to color each of those with Distress Oxide. Now I did go heavy on the bottom and kind of lightened up towards the top, and I thought that would just give a nice little soft color in the background. Now I adhered them to my panel just using some a vellum tape runner. And now we're going to add some dimensional adhesive behind our little colored in elements here. And we're going to arrange them on the bottom left of that panel. Now the sketch sheet has a snowflake, but of course you can always improvise. Instead of a snowflake, you could use a flower. You could use your little images that you stamped. And sky's the limit with it. I'm just going to add my little spoon down there. And I think that looks great. Okay. Now I have some, there's a little heart, itty bitty heart in the stamp set. And I wanted to stamp a heart in the center of that little ice cream cup. So I just actually have a little mini cherry cobbler ink cube. I just stamped it with the red ink. Now I'm taking some white jute cord and I'm going to wrap it around my panel, just using my tape runner to adhere it to the back. And then I'm going to wrap it around twice and then adhere that end piece along the back side. Now you could have just wrapped it around and tied a bow, but I wasn't sure where I wanted to put my bow. But I'm just doubling up the twine and I'm going to trim the tails of it, and I'll adhere that in a little bit with a glue dot. I wasn't sure if I wanted it right below the ice cream or to the right. Okay, now we're going to add some foam tape behind here. And I didn't remove the backing just yet because I wanted to stamp the sentiment. For the sentiment for this card, I chose Treat Yourself. And I wasn't sure if I needed to remove that panel to stamp, but actually it worked fine with me just leaving it on there. It stamped beautifully. So I'll just remove the backing and place that on my panel there. Lovely. Now we're just going to use my tape runner and adhere that to a white card base that I grabbed from my stash. I thought the white with the pale colors would look real pretty. I'll adhere my bow with a glue dot. And then for a few bells and whistles, I decided to go in with the Pink and Main Silver Glossy Enamel Dots. And then I did add some White Blizzard to my ice cream for a little bit of shimmer. Just going to grab those dots and add a few here and there. But yes, ice cream is my weakness. I love ice cream. It's best not to have it. And my little dot went flying. I had to grab it. Okay. And that's it for card number 2. I think that's turned out so cute. Here's the sketch to go with it. I think it turned out real fun. Now we're going to move along to card number 3. For card number 3, we're going to use sketch number 3. And then we're also going to use collection number 3. So I'm going to grab the pattern papers from collection number 3. I grabbed 5 of them, and then I have a little circle die from my stash. I'm going to cut out circles with each one of those patterns. And then for my card base, I'm going to be using the Orange Fizz cardstock. I just created a card base with that. And then you can see I cut out a piece of vellum also. This vellum is slightly smaller than my card base, along with a white strip of cardstock. And then for my sentiment, I chose to use the sentiment stamp set that was in the Banana Split level. This is the Scrapping for Less Flavor of the Month Year 1, I believe, stamp set. I chose the sentiment that says, "Here's the scoop, you're the best," which is adorable. And I just used my anti-static powder tool and went over a little piece of black cardstock, and then using my VersaFine ink, I'm going to stamp the sentiment. I'm going to grab some white embossing powder and put that back, and then I'm just going to melt that. Once we have that melted, I did find a die that was small enough that would fit that sentiment. And you'll see when I die cut it out, I'm going to move my sentiment all the way to the right. That's going to leave me a little bit of black area to the left. And I thought that would be a great place to add one of those little ice creams. The ice cream buttons. Okay. Now, let's see. There's the vellum. It's a pretty heavyweight vellum, so I think it would hold up to this card real well. I'm just going to use my tape runner and adhere that white piece of cardstock a little bit more towards the top. And then I'm just going to arrange my little polka dots. Two of them, or the three bottom ones, I adhered directly on the vellum, and then I popped up the blue and the green. I'm going to also pop up my sentiment and place that right below on the right. Kind of straightening it out a little bit. And then here's where I grab that little ice cream button. Now I just used these are the wire cutters, I guess, that I use to cut my dies, and it just snips off the back of part of the button real easy. And so I just remove the backing. That way it's going to lay flat and it works perfect. I just used a glue dot to adhere my yellow ice cream, and with that yellow circle right above the ice cream, I didn't like it, so I'm going to move that color over and just kind of rearrange all my circles. I'm going to pop up that blue one as well and stick it down, just scooting everything over. And I think that looks a lot nicer. That way the yellows aren't clashing. Now I'm going to flip this over, and then I'm going to add some foam tape behind all the elements that you could see in the back. That's going to give my panel a little bit of dimension, and then that's going to go right in the center of my card base. Very clean and simple. That's one thing I love about the sketches, is because I never would have thought to do this, but I think it turned out fantastic. Here's a quick look. Okay, now we're going to move along to card number 4. Now I'm going to use sketch number 4 along with collection number 4. So this is a pretty simple and easy card, but we're going to do some stamping again using the Stamping Bella Ice Cream Chicks stamp set. It's so cute. Now, one thing I noticed about the rubber stamps is the fine line that they stamp. I love that. I think it's very nice. It gives you not very thick line for coloring. But I stamped that with my memento, and then I'm going to stamp the sentiment with my Versamark. VersaFine. I'll get it right. Okay. This sentiment says, ice cream solves everything. And boy, if I've had a hard day, I make a trip. Okay, so I just trimmed down everything. And there's my little image colored in. I have a strawberry and a mint and a chocolate ice cream cone for my little chickies. Now I cut out a panel that's going to be smaller than my card base. And my card base for this card is going to be the Gumdrop Green cardstock. I'm going to directly adhere my white panel to my card base, right in the center. And then I'm going to take this rainbow stripe pattern paper, and I trimmed it down into 2 pieces. The larger one's going to go on the bottom, and then the top will have the smaller one. And I didn't like my spacing, so I end up removing that bottom one and adjusting it just a little bit. And I think that looks great. Okay, now I'm going to grab our little scene, and I'll add some foam tape behind it and pop that up on my card base along with my sentiment. I fishtailed the end, you can see there, and I trimmed it down. For my bells and whistles, I decided to go in with some sequins, but since the background was a little bit real busy, I just decided to use the white sequins. But that completes card number 4 using sketch number 4. Let's take a look at the sketch sheet here. Here we go. A lot of inspiration going on out there, guys. If you want to check it, I'll leave links below to Scrapping for Less's blog. But Scrapping for Less has a lot of brand new designers, so a lot of fun inspiration out there you guys should check out. I wish you a fantastic day. Thanks so much for joining me. Any questions, leave them in the leave me a comment below, and we will see you again real soon, guys. Bye-bye.